TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Dusty, I think it could have gone good, but Dusty was trying to get back at Vince. And he was worried about that, or trying to get back in with Vince.
Right.
You know, so I think he was worried about that. So Dusty pretty much killed it himself.
DDP was down there at the time. What do you remember about Diamond Dallas Page? I don't think he was working at the time. I think he was still announcing.
He was announcing,
right.
Yeah. That was all he was doing. He wasn't much of a worker. He always had some beautiful women. That's how he got in with Dusty.
Right.
The beautiful women come in, Dusty. And that's how Diamond Dallas Page started out.
Real quick, back to the WWF for a second. Were you there when Dusty was there?
Yeah.
What was that? What was Dusty's take on what they were having him do there?
Let me tell you, Dusty could take any gimmick and make it work. And he knew Vince was trying to deface him. He was going to stick it to him. And Dusty made that gimmick work. And his charisma, and if you recall, Dusty got it from a black guy, that gimmick.
Right.
Which I forgot his name, but Rufus R Jones. He got all that from Rufus R Jones. And then fired him out of Florida. And took over what the charisma he had and what he wanted.
How did your brother get involved in the business?
Cousin.
Which cousin?
Yeah, Lou used to watch me a little bit and then figured, well, let me give it a try. So I think he contacted Malenko too, and then he went on. There was one time I was on the road. I think I was out of Dallas at the time, and they were running spot shows in Florida. And my cousin asked me if I could come in and work a tag match with him. I said, yeah. Well, he was your baby face, and I've always been your heel.
Right.
So they brought me in and tried to make me a baby face overnight. And I think I made it up to the first step on the ring apron, and I turned heel again.
What happened to him?
He retired. He got out right after I did.
Right.
And he's opened up a chiropractic clinic now.
Were you hard on him when you got into the business? Or?
Nah. He pretty much wanted to do what everyone wanted to do. Go ahead,
Thoughts on Mike Graham? You had a series with him down there in Florida.
Mike Graham was a good guy. I like Mike. He was okay. I had nothing bad against him to say. One time, somebody owed me some money. Out of his office, and I flew from Dallas. My money wasn't home. It was supposed to be home. About 4 days later, I flew home from Dallas and went to the office, and this guy who owed me money was in the office. And I confirmed, I said, I want my money. Well, he was on the phone, so I waited at the door for about 10 minutes while he was talking on the phone. You could tell he wanted to get off the phone, or the guy wanted to get off the phone, but he wanted to stay on.
Right.
So he finally got off, and he said, what are you doing home? I said, I want my money now. And he said, well, I don't have it. I said, well, this is part of being a promoter. You want to be a promoter? I said, this is the part that you're going to learn quick today. I said, I want my money. I'm going to throw you out the window. We were in a 2-story building. And we're upstairs, and when I reached over to grab him, he started hollering, Mike! Mike was in the office next door. Mike come running out. He said, Al, what's the problem? I said, well, this guy owed me a little bit of money. And he said, Al, I'll give you the money. I said, no, Mike, it's not the principle. I mean, it's not the money. It's just the principle right now, He said he wants to be a big-time promoter. I said, well, this is part of the promotion. He said, Al, here, man. He gave me the money that he owed me. I said, Wayne, if you want to be a big shot, keep this in mind. You don't pay your bills, they're coming after you. I said, this isn't like a real restaurant business.
Right.
I said, you screw somebody over, you're going to get it. And I don't know if he kept it in mind or not.
Who was Wayne?
Wayne Coulter. I think he's still running little shows somewhere down in the islands or something.
You used to do a Bahamas tour with Terry Von Erich, Jimmy Garvin. He was on that tour. Fantastic. He
had a good time there. Kerry.
Yeah, Kerry was there too. You know Scott Goldstein?
I remember.
Okay. He was just a fan, went down with Jimmy. Right. Going back to, I lost track. Where were we? Florida. Okay. Dustin Rhodes. What was he like?
Dustin wasn't bad. He made fun of me one day because I was in Atlanta of NWA. I'd go out there and I'd run. Occasionally, I felt like I had to run, I would run. He'd come driving by me one day and said, Al, it's a work. What are you doing? I said, nothing. I said, wait till I get you in the ring. And I pretty much blew him up that night. And the next day, he was outside waiting for me to go run.
That's great.
So Dustin wasn't a bad guy. He had a lot of push.
TitleMatchNetwork.com